deal with that in a way that you've never dealt with it before. It can help you find understanding and peace. And
I'm at peace with that.
you're at peace with it.
Yeah.
You don't hold a grudge against them people.
Mm.
So I wish I could live like you then.
Mm.
But I don't like.
I mean, I hate that it happened.
Just all of this. I don't give. This shit is not real. Like this shit is not real.
What's not real?
Nothing. It's only
This table?
nothing.
This microphone?
Nothing.
This podcast? It's real, bro.
Nothing. It's real to us on our level. But that picture that I showed you, where it's Earth from so far away,
Yeah.
and I said, everyone you've ever known, everything that has ever happened, has happened on that tiny speck.
Mm.
Doesn't matter.
You real, bro.
I can touch myself.
She's real. I'm real.
What
We
happens
here
when
right
you-
now.
What happens when
This library that we stay
if you're
in
so
is
real?
super
What
library.
happens when you die? If we're so real and we're so
What they call it? You gone. You vanished. Yeah, you disappeared.
Thanks,
Like
sir.
if they put you, if you get cremated, is that the right how you say it? Then you're in the ashes.
do you think you are in the ashes?
I mean, they
You
put
think
your
you're
body
just-
in a machine.
You think you're just every little speck of ash, and you're just like, I'm ashes now. Oh, I guess I'm blowing in the wind.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I'm floating down the river.
Yeah.
No, I don't believe that.
What do you believe?
I believe your consciousness goes somewhere else. Your consciousness,
Your
your
energy.
soul, energy, whatever you want to call it. People call it different things. People who are religious call it your soul. I call it consciousness or energy. Like that's what drives us. Like this is just a show. Like that's all it is. It's a show, and it's how to experience life. Like I said before, I always thought we were like people experiencing the universe.
Mm-hmm.
I think about it backwards now. I think we're the universe experiencing life as people.
Okay.
And I think, in my opinion, when we die, I think we get released back into whatever it is. Like, I don't know, it's fucking the universe, you can call it heaven, I don't know what it is. I think it's pure energy, which is neither bad or good. So it's like the purest form of like, you don't want for anything. Kind of like how you live now, how you're like, I don't want drugs, I don't want this, like that, but like times 1,000. It's just pure. And once you're pure, there's no flesh that makes you sin, to hurt people, to lie, to cheat. You're just pure. And that's
You
what I
finally
think.
like elevated high enough to
Yeah.
get there.
Yeah. But then I also think like,
Is that what mushrooms do?
oh, mushrooms definitely can do that. They can make you see how nothing this is, how nothing fucking matters, and how like the only thing that really matters is for one, how you treat people, how you show love,
Do I want to live that way though?
peaceful and loving, and
Because okay, so what if
Understanding.
your life is already that way?
do you live right now as if everybody is you from a different point of view?
No.
Okay, mushrooms will do that, and that's exactly how I think of people.
That's not realistic though.
What do you mean?
But how do you know it's not really like that?
How's it not realistic?
Because I know she's not like you. You're not like her.
No, I'm not saying we're
Like
the
that.
same, but I'm saying how do you not know that we're all the same consciousness, living different perspectives?
Because we're not.
How do you know? Like, that's
Because
what
your
I'm saying.
perspective is different from mine.
No, I get that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's how I know.
that's what
I
I'm
know
saying. The
because I know.
perspective is different, but how do you know we're not all one?
Because we're not.
Why?
We're just not.
Why?
You just know because you just know.
See, that's where you need mushrooms, because then you'll understand.
You'll understand these things.
It is that
You get it?
it's.
Yeah.
You get it?
And we think we're different people because we've lived a different life. We've done different things. That's where the different perspectives come in. Okay, that's what crafts you into you. That's what molded you. Is everything that's happened in your life molded Sean to be Sean,
Mhm.
and everything that happened in my life molded me to be me.
Mhm.
But like consciousness-wise, energy-wise,
Mhm.
we started out the exact same, and I still think we're the same. What we choose to do with that energy is up to us.
Mhm.
So like, alright, take my energy, I can go help somebody, or I can take my energy and be selfish and only look out for me.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Mm.
So that's what I mean by like, I think we should treat everybody as if they are us, except they live different circumstances in life, and that's what led them to wherever they're at. Whether that's somebody on the side of the road, whether that's a fucking police officer like yelling at us, like if you just treat them like yourself and just say like, look, I understand you're scared. You just pulled me over. You don't know if I have a gun. Here's my hands. I'm reassuring you, like, do not be scared.
Yeah.
I think if everybody did that, I think it'd be a lot better. And it's starting to become like a global thing. Like psilocybin is now becoming recognized as medicine, and they're using it to treat PTSD and depression, anxiety. Not just psilocybin, which is mushrooms, but also MDMA. I don't know if you know what that is, but that's pure ecstasy.
Mm.
And people are being cured. Instead of being on antidepressants your whole life, some people are taking one dose of either psilocybin or MDMA, and they're getting cured with one dose. Have you ever heard of ayahuasca?
Ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca.
It's a, you drink it and it makes you throw up and hallucinate.
And it's like, you throw up because like it's your body like ridding all of the negative out of your life is what it's supposed to be, like metaphorical it is. But it takes you on this trip, like way different than mushrooms. You actually like,
You go somewhere.
yes,
Like you leave the planet.
yeah, like same thing with DMT, dimethyltryptamine, same thing. It's a fucking rocket ship. You hit it, you hold it, and then legit, you fucking blast off into fucking outer space. And it sounds terrifying. I bet it is, but I want to fucking experience it
I
before
want
I
to do
die.
it. I want to. I want to go out in the desert and do it.
See? And now, okay, so DMT is a very short-lived drug. You do it, you're done in like a minute tops, if that.
Yeah.
A college is doing, I think it's Cambridge, I'm not sure, but a college is doing a study to where they're putting DMT intravenously into people, and they're able to keep them at a peak.
Yeah.
That means the high that like you get when you smoke it, they're able to keep them there for like an hour. And the world that they go to, they're able to map it out now. So it's like a real place. So like that's what I'm saying. Like all of this isn't just it. This is what we know, because our mind ain't open and we can't fucking unlock it. But there is another place, another realm, another dimension that we can go to and we can get to, and we can actually map it out. And I can do it, and then she can go do it, and know her way around because I drawn this map for her. And she'll encounter the same people. Like it's usually like fairy type people, and like they're kind of mocking. They kind of make fun of us for like caring about the shit we care about.
Yeah.
And it's, how does that not make you like? How do you not want to know about that? Like when you hear shit like that, I can't help but want to do it now.
Do you not believe it?
What do you think it is then?
I don't know.
You think it's just people tripping?
Yeah.
I can see that.
But I don't.
I can see that if we wasn't able to map it. But since we're able to like
Drink on it.
like
He's like, y'all are making me think too hard.
No, it's just like, I mean, if that's, I don't know.
so that's like saying there's another dimension that our
I just
minds
wanna be-
can get to.
That's it. I just want to just be.
What if you could find out there's a better you?
I just
He's like, I just want to live. I just want to wear my Jordans.
No, that's not what I think about in life. That's not like all I think about. I just want to wear my Jordans.
No, that
no.
was to ever do this.
I want to live life.
That's probably what
Wanna
they would
be
mock you for.
Happy.
Yeah, they would mock you for like your material
Stress-free.
shit.
I want to experiment on going out of space and smoking something and taking you up in the air like a rocket. Like,
If you go to
wake
space,
up
would
every
you?
day and just be like, all right, let's see what today brings.
If you could just go to space, no drugs. If you could like take a rocket to space, would you?
Yeah, I'll go to space. Yeah.
So see, why would you want to do it in the
Sober.
most dangerous
I wanna
way?
be sober.
But that's so deadly.
But you could die.
Yes.
You're not gonna die from doing shrooms.
So you want to go to space, but
I would.
You wanna do it in a machine instead of just
yeah, you
mentally.
want to do it in a metal dick. You want to fuck the
Yeah.
sky.
Fucking sky.
You sky fucking motherfucker.
I mean, because I feel like if you're,
It does.
I feel like if you have, I want to go and experience like as myself. I don't want to be under the influence or anything. Like I want to live life,
But
not
you-
being under.
Okay,
the
so
influence of
I get
anything.
what you're saying. Okay, so you have
I want to be aware of everything.
yes, you have a preconceived notion that if you're on drugs,
'Cause I
you
can
are not yourself.
Yeah, because I can tell if like I like it or not. If that, I don't know.
What if I
that
told
probably
you
makes
the
sense, 'cause
mushrooms
I'm-
would help you find out who you are though, really?
I
Like,
know
it
who
could
I am.
probably
I
like
know who I am. I don't need to.
you think you do. I know. I get what
I know
you're
who I
saying.
am.
You could totally get away from all this. Like you could come out of this and like you would never give a fuck about fashion again. I'm not saying you would, but like just as an example,
Yeah.
you would be like, wow, that is so silly that I put so much time and effort into that.
I don't think it's.
I want to put my time and effort into something else. No, you don't think it's silly now because you've never done it. Like there's shit that like I used to do, and the ways I used to think.
That's what makes me me though, and that's what makes you you.
I think that's what society molds you into. We done said you won't wear the knockoff Jordans.
I just want to be me.
You're Lord of the
I
Brand.
just want to be me. That's it.
You sure you don't
What's
wear
wrong with that?
Jordans.
What's wrong with that?
As long as it's in a pair of Jordans.
No, it don't. I don't have to have a pair of Jordans on to be me. Like how I dress doesn't make me me.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah,
It
like
doesn't at all.
I would, if I had to, I would give all of my Jordans away. Like that's just fashion.
If
I
you
don't
had
need
to,
it.
though.
I don't need it.
Why would it be if you had to? Do you
Cause
never
I
think
spend
you
my
want
own
to?
hard-earned work money
No,
on
hard
it.
work money.
Yeah, so I mean, I like it, but
Yeah.
like if I had a choice and it was like, you gotta get rid of that. Yeah, I mean,
I wish
my
life,
well-being.
or I wish not my life, but I wish my mind worked like yours.
Yeah, my
'Cause
well-being.
I probably wouldn't have done a lot of shit in my life that I did. But I'm also glad that it doesn't because I am thankful that I was open to like psilocybin and shit like that. Because like, when you think about death, do you have a fear of death at all? Your own mortality? Do you have a fear about Taylor's death?
Like if she died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I
think
don't want
about
her
it?
to die. I don't want to die.
Or just, do you fear it?
No. Like, give me an example.
Like, that's it? Do you fear death? Do you fear death in any way, whether for you or for your family or like, do you have a fear of death?
No.
Do you think about
Well, all right.
death?
So I'll put it like this. Let me see. I can say it. Okay. So with Taylor,
Mhm.
she got everything in order. So, like, I guess you can say, so, like, for example, let's say financially, like, I honestly believe I wouldn't be in a position that I am in now if she didn't do what she did.
Mhm.
And we talked about this on the last podcast, because she
The
was
whole
saving,
putting-
like, she
yes,
was
yes.
putting money up, and I didn't even know about it.
Yeah.
It just happened one day, you know, I seen
Like,
something.
damn, I only got
Yeah,
this.
and I was just
Well,
like,
actually,
yeah,
I got-
and I was just like, oh yeah, like I want to buy this, and I was like, and I got this amount of money left, and I was like, all right, doing the math, like adding it up, like yeah, I burned this home. How much was the rent? How much was the water? How much is this? And I'm like, all right, I gave you this, and I was like, I didn't spend money on this. I'm like, I should have this
Mhm.
or whatever. And I was asking her about it. I was like, how much you say like this and this and this was? Because how we do it is she tallies up everything. She'll tell me, she'll say, all right, this is how much all the bills are. And then I'll be like, okay, cool. Go ahead and get it. Well, what she was
Fucking
doing
nobody
was,
says, bro, that shit's fucking
what she
great.
was
Tell me
doing
that.
was, like for example, let's say something is like $1,200 or whatever. She'll tell me, all right, it's $1,200. All right, cool. Give it to her. And then I'll be like, oh no, like, how's it $1,200? So I asked her one day, and then I was like, I only have like this much. And she was like, well, technically, you have this much.
Yeah.
And I was like, how? And like, we were literally like, I almost like got upset. I was like, how? Because I was like, you said it was this much.
Just not finding
or
out that
whatever.
you got money.
Yeah, and then she was like, no, well, you have this amount because I was telling you that it was this, but it was actually like $200 less, and I was taking like that money and like putting it in like a savings account. And she was like, so technically you have like twice as much as what you thought you had. And I was like, what? You know, but I didn't spend it, but I was like, yeah, keep doing that.
Yeah.
Because I was like, if you probably didn't tell me that, I probably would have spent it anyway.
So tie that into death.
So like, yeah, so tying it up to that, like, she has everything set up or whatever to where it automatically gets paid. Like, she has a little app on her phone or whatever, like, you know, so like, and I don't know all that stuff. I don't know all that stuff. So like, if she was to get sick or like be extremely ill or knock on wood or like pass away, I'd be like, oh crap, like how is she like paying this? How is she doing that? So kind of like that, is that kind of like the way? Cause I was like, dang, she died, like, I don't know.
You
But
went a whole nother,
That's-
went to
that's what I would
materialistic. I'm talking about Taylor.
like Taylor as a person.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you have a fear of her dying? I'm not talking about like how you're gonna pay bills or how she paid bills.
Like-
I'm talking about like to not come home to Taylor.
Yeah.
Does that scare you?
Yeah. Okay. So yeah.
What scares you?
Yeah.
What if I told you like I could take that fear away?
You can't take the fear away. It wouldn't be realistic.
It is realistic.
No,
It's
you
achievable.
can't, because if she dies,
She's gonna die. You know
yeah,
that, right?
she's gonna die. Yeah.
Okay.
You're gonna die.
I'm gonna die.
She's gonna die.
My kid's gonna die.
Yeah. You can't take that. Why would you want to take that away?
The fear?
Yeah.
Because once you stop giving death the
Do I
power.
sound, do I sound dumb?
No, no. You just sound
No.
Curious.
no. It's
Why would you want to take that away?
the fear of death. Because if you fear something, you're letting it have an impact on your life, and you're living differently. Because you're always thinking, I don't want to die. 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 If you could
I don't
take
live
that.
my life like that. But go ahead. Keep going.
But,
Keep going.
okay, so
Keep
if I
going.
could take that fear, just like you're saying, like I'm scared of Taylor dying. I'm scared of how am I gonna pay this? How am I gonna pay that? Like that's not how I would think about it. I would just be like, damn, I would miss my person. Like I'll figure out how to pay shit later, but
Yeah,
it's just
I'll
not that
figure.
hurt.
Yeah, I'll figure that out.
But once you like accept everybody you ever know, will know, have known is going to die,
Mhm.
death no longer has power over you.
Okay.
And there is a way to like come to that understanding. Cause like the last time I really did mushrooms was I was dealing with death.
Okay.
Like my grandpa just died, my cousin died, my her dad died, and like I was worried about my own mortality with my kids and stuff.
Mm.
And I was just panicking, and I was fearful. I still don't want to die, I want to live.
Yeah.
But I had this understanding that this isn't it. Like, this has always been temporary. And I've always known it. From a very young age, I knew everything was gonna die. So why do we have this fear of like dying, even though we know?
Do you feel like that's what makes you though?
I don't think it what
Like,
makes me me.
for
but
me,
I think it gives
for-
life purpose.
For me, that's what makes my life meaningful. That's what makes
it's gonna die.
certain stuff. Well, yeah, that, but having feelings for certain stuff, certain situations.
No,
like
feelings are
reactions
good,
to
yeah,
certain
yeah.
situations.
Feelings are good.
That what makes you, me. That Taylor who Taylor is, my mom who my mom is, my dad who my dad is. So for me, just
But if you
saying
could
for
take
me,
a fear away from them, don't you think they would be a better person
you know,
to be less fearful?
be a better person.
Yeah.
If I take fear away.
Yeah.
No.
You don't think so? Why? If you fear something, that means like you're thinking negatively of it and it's like impacting your life. Why would you not want to take fear away?
Well, we kind of need fear in a good way sometimes.
You need
to
fear
protect
for,
ourselves. But like
Situational
fears,
awareness.
Yeah.
But like fear for the inevitable is silly, I think. Like fear of death is silly. We know
Yeah.
we're gonna die.
Mm.
So why
Yeah,
fear?
so if you know you're gonna die,
Mhm.
why not just accept it?
Cause it's hard for some people. Can you accept just not existing
For
anymore?
some people, huh?
Can you accept it not existing anymore? Like, just not being you, not having any consciousness, not having any thoughts. We was just talking about on the way here, in 2 generations,
Mhm.
your name will probably never be said again. It can be as little as 2 generations.
That's why, well, yeah. So I will accept that and then live every day at a time and make the best of it. So,
That's
for
more.
example, if you know 2 decades from now,
Mhm.
nobody's probably gonna, once you're gone, nobody's probably gonna even talk about you.
Mhm.
Make the best of it now. Make the best of
No,
it.
I agree with that 100%.
Yeah,
I think
if-
death
if-
gives life
If you're
purpose.
gonna die,
Mhm.
like everybody's gonna die one day, you know. But
Do you think it gives meaning to stuff?
I think so, yeah.
I do too.
Yeah, just
I
make the
think-
best of it.
I think if you live this life as if tomorrow is promised or guaranteed, you're gonna put everything off until tomorrow.
Mhm.
But I think knowing life is so short, like stepping out on a limb, taking a chance.
Sorry to cut you off. Let me use this as an example because this is what me and you talked about before. When you say like, for now, like you'll say like, love doesn't last forever.
Yeah.
Relationships doesn't last
Yeah.
forever. And like I know you'll pick with me all the time. I know you just pick on my
You'll say
brain,
something, and I'll
which is
go
I
for
like
now.
that. Which
Yeah.
is I like that too because it does make me think. But you'll say like, oh, okay, what is it for now?
Yeah.
Like and then I'll be like, well, okay, well until that time comes.
Hey, we're closing the tea.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
But I say until that time comes, I'll just deal with it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I live life. Like, I know relationships are not gonna last forever.
Mhm.
I know you're not gonna live forever. So it's like, just make the best of it at
For
that
now.
moment. Like, whether if it's 10 years,
Mhm.
20 years.
Well, that's the thing. When I say for now
Yeah.
now can be 20 years. For now can be 30
When that
years.
time comes, I deal with
For
it.
now can be 2 days. Everything's temporary.
Today's Sunday, 2 days is
Yeah.
Tuesday, so if Tuesday come and I'll be like, oh dang.
You and Taylor split up. Or like,
I mean, I'm gonna fight, but I just be like, okay, it didn't work. Huh?
are you?
Yeah.
Thought you said when y'all was done. Now you're fighting, bro. Come on.
No, well,
You be
no.
flip
So
flopping like a
when we both said that. So when we say when we're done, it's like when the fight is over.
When
you're
you
gonna
feel
fight.
there's nothing to
Yeah,
fight.
there's
for.
nothing to fight for. You're gonna make an agreement. Be like, all right, is it over? Like, then
But you gotta
it's
come
over.
to that understanding for sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
And I always feel like I know we only got like 15 minutes, but I always feel like
slamming doors and shit all that.
I always feel like there's a reason for everything. I do like.
I do too.
So, just use my relationship as a situation. Like, if I decide that it's done, then there's a reason.
Yeah.
For me, just using my relationship, I feel like if I step out because probably I wasn't happy. Like, I'm not
look at
just
mine. I just got divorced.
Yeah.
I could look at that as like time wasted. And
Yeah.
sometimes I do. I get in that negative mind space where I'm like, it was years wasted.
Yeah.
But then when I'm really like not being angry,
Mhm.
I can look at it and go, wow, that was for a reason. For one, it taught me like that wasn't real love.
Mhm.
It might have been like for a moment in the beginning,
Mhm.
but it was more compromising than like
Yeah. Like, do you
love.
feel like it hurts yourself more in the long run? Like,
I know it hurts now, but it's
more than what it did. So,
Do I feel like the pain was worth the fucking
Yeah.
like the benefit?
yeah.
Maybe. I mean, I got my kids. They're fucking great. They got a decent mom as long as she fucking don't let negative influences infiltrate her fucking self love and self being.
All right. So let me ask you this. You said that when I had my opinion on your situation, you said it's different because, and I probably wouldn't understand because I didn't have kids.
Yeah.
Right.
Totally.
I believe that there's a lot of other people that have similar situations than like you, and they did decide to split, and they have kids.
And there's also a
So,
lot of other people who's in the same situation that are still in the situation
Yeah.
and riding it out for the kids. There's always gonna be
Just acting as if Because do you have kids?
Yeah, I have
Two.
two.
Alright, so asking y'all, because I don't have kids, but asking you two guys, because you guys are parents, why would you stick it out? Because for the kids, when it's damaging you,
Well, me personally, if it's only damaging me,
I care more about my
yes,
kids and
I will
Okay.
take the damage. But it's normally not that. It's
so you
normally
don't think it's damaging the kids?
Well,
or
that's what I was gonna say.
like staying
If
there,
you're saying
though?
that, if you're saying it's damaging the kids, then 100% you need to split. But if it was a situation to where my kids are benefiting from it, but I'm not, to be honest with you, I'm gonna stay and be fucked up
Alright,
for my kids. As bad as that sounds, trust me, I know it
Yeah.
sounds bad.
okay, but you guys are not trying to say this in a bad way at all,
Mhm.
at all. But I'm just curious, because you guys end up splitting
Mhm.
anyway. So now it's hurting the kids anyway.
Uh,
Just
I don't-
asking
I don't-
from
I don't
the
think so.
outside.
I don't think so.
You don't think-
Not my situation. I'm not saying like things that like the mom or I could do
Mhm.
doesn't hurt them at times,
Mm.
but in the long run, I don't think it's as hurtful as watching us fight.
Yeah, I stayed in my first marriage for way longer than what I should have to make it work for my oldest son.
Mm.
And then we finally got divorced, and then I was married again, and I got out of that one because I knew it wasn't right. Even though we have a kid,
Mm.
I called it because I knew it was healthier for my son for me to be out of that
Mm.
marriage than in it. So it just depends on circumstances, I think. You know?
Just asking.
Yeah.
If you could, if
Cause I don't have kids, so it's easy for
It's
me to
hard.
look at it from like a
Yeah.
different
When it-
perspective.
Trust me, if
but-
I could have just cut and run and not worry about my kids, it would have been different.
it sucks to hurt fucking children, but I think it sucks to teach the children how to love wrong.
Yeah.
I think that's more damaging than it is to show them, hey, love
Cause
can run its course. And
Cause at the age that they are now,
Mhm.
will are they still affected by it though?
Mine act like they don't really care, but they're at the age now where like they're running, they're driving, like they just got the driver's permit, you know. Shout out to my two oldest, because they fucking.
Well, so then that'll make sense then, because you say like, oh, okay,
They
so
have,
they're
like, a
old enough, so
distraction,
they're
yeah.
kinda like,
Yeah.
whatever. So, but like, let's say like, for
If they were
example,
young,
if they
I
were
don't
like,
know,
oh
yeah.
man, like, mom, dad not together, like, I'm really, really like
Yeah,
stressed
my
out and
6-year-old
stuff, then it
is
would be
having,
different.
I have a 6-year-old and, his dad chooses not to be around,
Yeah.
and it is so hard on him.
Even
And-
6, and that's fucking.
It's so hard. I hate it.
God, that fucking. Yeah, we
I'm scared of that.
Pick a
I'm
terrible
scared of
topic
that.
to fucking end.
I'm
Just don't
scared
be,
of
just
that.
don't be a shit.
I'm scared of that, man.
Bro, love your kids.
Like,
even
cause he
if,
asks me all the time, he's like, why you don't wanna have kids? And it's like,
It is
because of
scary.
that. Like, I'm scared of that.
just don't be a
I'm
shit.
scared of like being with my child's mom and like it not working, and then like it get affected, like my child get affected, and I'm like, where's mom? And I'm like, we didn't work. And they're like, why didn't work? And I'm like how you say, like if you don't have an answer, and I'm like, I don't know why. Or
You'll
vice
always
versa, let's
have
say
an
dad,
answer
and then I'll be
versus-
like, let's say she left because of me, because I did something, and then the kid's like, Dad, why did mom tell me you did this? Why you did this? And I'm like, I don't know why I'm a sucky dad. You know what I mean? And I'm like,
That didn't
I
make you a
hate that.
sucky dad, that made you a sucky husband.
or yeah, and I'm like, and then you don't want to. I guess you could say like, okay, what me and your mom had nothing to do with you,
Yeah.
so I guess you can be a better father.
Bro,
Like-
truth, honesty, transparency is the best thing for kids.
Yeah.
People like to hide and sugarcoat. Fuck all that. Be truthful. And I think you're gonna be alright. And eat mushrooms. That's all I got. That's how I'm
No,
eating.
I don't
Yeah.
mushrooms.
Eat mushrooms.
I feel like you gonna slip me one day, but
No.
try this.
Because if you don't want to do it, it's.
If you suddenly taste shit out of nowhere,
Mhm.
Yeah,
you
like-
just-
They don't taste great.
What did you give me?
I would want you to go
What did
into
you give me?
it wanting to do it. Because it would be more accepting, it would be more beneficial.
I accept everything now. What did you
Take
give
my
me?
Jordans.
What you give me?
Take 'em off.
He's just like passing out the hardest.
You were right. I don't need any of this.
Give me the knockoff.
Yeah.
Alright,
For real.
so, yeah, we got 5. That's it. Episode 9?
10.
No, 9. This is
Okay,
9.
episode 9.
Episode 9 is
Oh, is she a real fan? She's like, mm-mm.
I said, it's 9, I said, 9. Yeah, yeah.
Episode